Welcome to today's last performance of Romeo and Juliet. My name is Claudia Hunn. I'm the director of the production, and I'm so excited to see all of you here today. We just have a couple housekeeping things before we get started. So first of all, we have exits on both your left and right in the unlikely event of an emergency. We also have a men's restroom over here, a women's restroom over here. We ask you to try and refrain from using the restrooms during the show because they are very loud. This is just a cinder block building that echoes. But if you must, please just go in between scenes or during our 15-minute intermission. This will be after the first half of the show. Also, please take a moment now to silence your cell phones. Turn all those medicine timers off. Turn anything that could ding or sing during the show off. Last night, during one of our star-crossed lovers' deaths, we did have a alarm of some kind singing in the distance. And we're also recording the show, and so you don't want that to be immortalized forever. You don't want that to be your legacy. Also, before we get started, a couple brief content warnings. Suggestive language, violence, abuse, and depictions of suicide. If any of those are difficult topics for you, we invite you to please take a step outside, take care of yourself. You will be able to come back in, doors are unlocked. But please take a moment. Your safety and comfortability is very important to us. And also, we'd like to take a moment to thank the generous UVA Parents Fund for their donations and their support in putting together this production and putting together all of our productions and keeping our club running. Without them, we would not be able to achieve our mission of keeping classical theater free for the UVA and Charlottesville community. So please give them a hand. And I gather that since all of you are here today, that you guys maybe like classical theater? Woo! And maybe even like free classical theater? And if you would like to continue to keep it free, we invite you to please visit our concessions table back there. Pick up a snack or two, or just make a donation. We accept cash, we accept Venmo, which you can find on the back of your program. We accept pretty much anything, just please don't throw coins at our actors. And I believe without any further ado, we can get into introducing our players for the night. Are we ready? All right, up first, welcome the Montagues. And our Capulets. Our Mercutio and our Paris. Our Benvolio and our Tybalt. Our Friar Lawrence and our Nurse Angelica. Our Prince Aeschylus and Lady Capulet. Our Lord Montague and our Lord Capulet. And last but not least, our Romeo. And our Juliet. So without any further ado, please enjoy Romeo and Juliet.
Two households,
both alike in dignity.
In fair Verona, where we lay our scene.
From ancient grudge bring to new mutiny.
Where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes.
A pair of star-crossed lovers take their life.
Whose misadventured piteous overthrows do with their deaths bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage.
The which, but their children's end not could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage. The which, if you with patient ears attend,
what here shall miss,
our toil shall strive to mend.
Gregory, oh my word, will not carry coals.
No, for we should be colliers.
I mean, and we be in collar, will draw.
I, while you live, draw your neck out of the collar.
I strike quickly, being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir. and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand. Me they shall feel while I am able to stand.
Draw thy tool. Here comes 3 of the house of Montague.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run.
Fear me not.
No, Mary. I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown at them as they pass by, and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them, should they bear it. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir? I do bite my thumb, sir. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir? Is the law of our side if I say I? No! No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sirs?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir. But if you do, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you. No better.
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better, sir. You lie. Draw, if you be men.
Part! Fools, put up your swords. You know not what you do.
What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up your sword or manage and depart these men with me.
What? Drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Have at thee, coward!
Fetch me my long sword home. My sword, I say, old Montague has come and flourishes his blade in spite of me.
Villain Capulet!
Rebellion subjects! Enemies to peace! Profaners of this neighbor-stained steel! Will they not hear? What? Huh? You men? You beasts that quench the fire of your pernicious rage with purple fountains issuing from your veins. On pain of torture from those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, each bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and made Verona's ancient citizens cast by grave beseeming ornaments to wield old partisans in hands, as old, cankered with peace, depart your cankered hate. If ever you disturb these streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit to the peace. For this time all the rest depart away. Capulet, you shall come along with me. And Montague, to know our further pleasure in this case, to old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
What set this ancient quarrel new approach? Speak, nephew. Were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary, and yours. Thus fighting ere I did approach, I drew to part them, and in the instant came the fiery Tybalt, who swung above his head and cut the wind, who nothing hurt withal his timid scorn, till the prince came and parted either part.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today. Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
An hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east. So early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me, and stole into the covert of the woods.
Many a morning hath there been seen with tears augmenting the fresh morning dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs.
But also soon as the all-cheering sun should in the furthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from the sunlight steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks far daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and pretentious must this humor prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends, but he, his own affection's counselor, is to himself. I will not say how true, but to himself so secret and so close, so far from sounding and discovery, could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willing give cure as know.
See where he comes. So please you, step aside. I'll know his grievance or be much denied. Morrow, cuz?
Oh, is the day so long?
My noon struck 9.
I mean, sad hours seem young.
Was that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthened out Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love,
Out
of love.
of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love which seemed so gentle in his view should be so rough and tyrannous in proof.
What fray was here? Yet, tell me not, for I've heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh, brawling love, oh, loving hate, oh, anything of nothing first create. Heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep that is not what it is. This love feel I that feels no love in this. Does thou not laugh?
No, cause I rather weep.
Good heart at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Love is smoke, raised with the fume of sighs, being purged, a fire sparkling in lover's eyes, being vexed, a sea, nourished with lover's tears. What is it else? A madness, most discreet, a choking gall, a preserving sweet. Farewell, my cousin.
So I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
What? Shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan, why no, but tell me who.
A sick man, in sadness, makes his will a word ill-urged to one that is so ill. Sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
And so near when I supposed you loved.
All right, good marksman, and she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, good cause, is soonest hit.
Well, with that hit, you'll miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow, for she hath Dian's wit, and in strong proof of chastity, well armed from love's weak childish bow, she lives uncharmed. She will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of assailing eyes, nor prolapse to saint seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, being poor that when she dies, with beauty dies her store.
So she hath sworn that she will still have chased?
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste. For beauty starved with such severity cuts beauty off from all posterity. She is too fair, too wise, wisely too fair to merit bliss by making me despair. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead that live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Don't teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
This is the way. Colors exquisite in question mark. He that is struck blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What shall she serve but as a note where I may meet who passed that passing fair? Farewell. Farewell. Thou shalt not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine or else die in debt.
But Montague was bound as well as I in penalty alike, and 'tis not so hard for men as old as we to keep the peace.
Of honorable reckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you lived at odds so long. But now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
But saying all what I've said before, my child is yet a stranger in this world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her right to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. The earth has swallowed up all my hopes but she. She is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agreed within her scope of choice lies my consent and fair according voice. Tonight I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest, such as I love, and with you one more most welcome among the store makes my number more. Look to behold this night, earth treading stars that make dark heaven light. Among fresh female buds shall you this night inherit at my house. Come, go with me. Go, Sirrah, go trudge about through Verona's streets and find out whose persons' names are written there, and to them say my house and welcome on their pleasure stay.
Find them out whose names are written here, but I am sent to find those whose names are here writ, and never can I find the names the writing person hath written here. Oh, I must learn it, and in good time.
Good evening, sir. I pray, can you read?
I, mine own fortune in misery.
You answer honestly. Rest you marry.
Stay, fellow, I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselme and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vitravio, Signor Procentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio, and his brother Valentine, mine uncle, Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece, Rosalind, Livia, Signor Valentio, and his cousin Tybalt Lucio, and the lively Helena, a fair assembly. Whither should they come?
My masters, the great rich Capulet, and if you not be of the house of the Montagues,
No.
then I pray, come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
At this same ancient feast of Capulets supped the fair Rosalind, who thou so lovest with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with unattainted eye compare her face with some that I will show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
One fairer than my love, the all-seeing sun ne'er saw her match since first the world begun.
You saw her fair, none else being by, herself poised with herself in either eye. But in the crystal scales let it be weighed, thy lady's love against some other maid that I will show you shining at this feast. And she shall scant show well who now shows best.
I'll go along, no such sight be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of my own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
What, lamb? What, lady bird? God forbid, where's this? What, Juliet? Paul, your mother?
as your will.
This is the matter. Nurse, thou knowest my daughter is of a pretty age.
Faith, I could tell her age unto an hour.
She's not yet 14.
I'll lay 14 of my teeth, and yet to my teeth be it spoken, I have but 4. She is not 14. How long is it now to Lammas-tide?
A fortnight and odd days.
Even or odd of all the days of the year, come Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. That she shall. Mary, I remember it well. It is 11 years now since the earthquake, and she was weaned. I never shall forget it. Of all days on the year, upon that day, my lord and you were then at Mantua. I bear a brain. As I said, shake, quoth the dove house. 'Twas no need, I trow, to bid me trudge. And it is since that time 11 years. God mark you his grace. Thou wast the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed. And I might live to see thee married once. I have my wish.
Mary, that Mary is the very theme of which I came to speak. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor, but I dream not of.
An honor? Were I not thine only nurse, I would say thou hast sucked wisdom from thy teat.
Think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are already made mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon the years that you are now a maid. Thus, then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man! Lady! Such a man as all the world. Why, he's a man of wax.
Verona's summer hath not just such a flower.
Nay, a flower. In faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast and read over the volume of Paris's face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. This book that in many eyes doth share the glory, that in gold class locks in the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him making yourself no less? Speak briefly, can you like of the gentleman's love?
I'll look to like, if looking liking move, but no more deep line dart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come, supper served up. You called the young lady asked for, the nurse cursed in the pantry. All of these things in extremity. I am hints to wait. I beseech you follow straight.
We follow thee. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl. Seek happy nights to happy days.
Give me a torch. I am not for this ailing. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I. Believe me, you have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead. So stakes me to the ground, I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above the common bounds.
I am to soar and pierce with his shaft, to soar with his light feathers, and so bound I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it, should you burden love, too great oppression for such a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, oh, it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with us.
Not an enter, and no sooner in, but every man betake him to his legs.
Wantons, light of heart, tickle the senseless rushes with their heels. I am proverbed of a grandsire phrase. I'll bear a candle and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I am done.
Come, we burn daylight, ho!
Hey, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay we waste our lights like lamps by day. Take our good meaning for our judgment sits 5 times that ere once in our 5 wits.
And we mean well in going to this mass, but 'tis no way to go.
Why, one may ask.
I dreamed a dream tonight.
So did I.
Well, what was yours?
The dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they dream things true.
Oh. Well, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. Oh, she is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman. Athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes are made of long spider's leg, her whip of cricket's bone, her chariot is an empty hazelnut. Through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love, or courtiers' knees that dream on curtsy straight, or lawyers' fingers that straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips that straight on kisses dream. Sometimes she gallops over a courtier's nose, and then dreams he smelling out a suit. And sometimes comes she with a tied pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose as it lies asleep, and then dreams he of another benefice. Well, this is that very Mab that plats the manes of horses in the night.
Peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talkst of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are as thin of substance as the air, and even more inconstant than the wind, which even now woos the frozen bosom of the north end, being anchored, puffs away from thence, turning his face to the dew-dropping south.
This wind you speak of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I think too early. For my mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars will bitterly begin his fearful revelry with this night's state, and expire the term of despised life closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that has the steerage of my course, direct my sail. Yes!
Not regret this, Lord. I'm not gonna regret.
Welcome, gentlemen. Ladies that have their toes unplagued with corns will have a bout with thee. Ah, my mistresses, which of you shall now deny to dance? She that makes dainty, she, I'll swear, hath corns. Oh, well, I come near you now. Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day that I have worn a visor and could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear, but such as would please, 'tis gone. 'Tis gone. 'Tis gone. You're welcome, gentlemen. Come, musician, play.
What lady is that doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night like yonder lady or her fellow shows. The measure being done, I'll watch her place of stand, and taking hers make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Or forswear its sight? For I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This, by his voice, should be a Montague. What? Dares the slave come hither, covered with an antic face to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Now, by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead I hold it not a sin!
Why, how now, kinsman, wherefore storm you so?
This is a Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite to fleer at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz. Let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and to say truth, Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. That I would not for the wealth of all this town do him disparagement at my house. Therefore, be patient. Take no note of him. It is my will, which if thou dost respect, do put off these frowns and ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest, I'll not endure it.
He shall be endured. What, goodman boy? I say he shall. Go to. Am I the master here, or are you?
Patience perforce, with willful choler meeting, makes my flesh tremble in their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall now, seeming sweet, convert to bitterest gall.
If I profane with my unworthy hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this. My lips two blushing pilgrims stand ready to soothe that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this, for saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
I have not saints' lips, and holy palmers too.
I, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Then let lips do what hands do, they pray. Grant thou lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by thine my sin is purged.
And have my lips the sin that they have took?
Oh, sin from my lips! Oh, trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
Oh. You kiss by the book.
Madam, your lady mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary, bachelor. Her mother is the lady of the house.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, my life's in my foe's debt.
Away, be gone, this fort is at its best.
Why so I fear? The more is my unrest.
Hither, nurse. Who's he that follows here that would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name. He be married. My grave is like to be my wedding bed. What is it?
Romeo.
His name is Romeo and Montague.
My only love sprung from my only hate? Too early seen unknown and known too late. Oh, prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
A rhyme I learned even now from one I danced withal.
Juliet! Anon, anon, come, let's away. The strangers are all gone.
Shall I go forward when my heart is here?
Romeo! My cousin Romeo!
Turn back till earth and find thy center out.
Romeo!
He is wise, and on my life hath stolen him home to bed.
He ran this way. Call, good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure him. Romeo! Humors, madman, passion, lovers, appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. Pronounce but love and dove. The ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosalind's bright eyes, by her scarlet lip and her high forehead, by her fine foot and quivering thigh, and the demences that adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us now.
And if he hears thee, thou wilt anger him.
This could not anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise a spirit in his mistress's circle of some strange nature till she hath laid it and conjured it down. That were some spite. My invocation is fair and honest. I conjure her only but to raise him up.
Come, he hath hid himself to be consorted with the humorous knight.
Blind is his love, and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now will he sit under a medlar tree in which his mistress were that kind of fruit, as maids call medlars when they laugh alone? Romeo! I'll to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me.
Go, then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here who means not to be found.
Well, come, shall we go?
They jest at scars that never felt a wound. But soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon that is already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Oh, be not her maid. Her vestal livery is sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off! It is my lady. It is my love. But that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven having some business to entreat her eyes to sparkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there and they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she rests her cheek upon her hand. Would that I were a glove on that hand, that I might touch that cheek. She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night being o'er my head as the winged messenger of heaven is unto the white, upturned, wondering eyes of mortals who fall down to gaze on him as he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Romeo. Wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? 'Tis neither hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor leg, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name! What's in a name? That which we would call a rose by any other name would still smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. O Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take the other part. Call me me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never shall be Romeo.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? A place death, considering who thou art, if my kinsmen find thee here.
That love can do, that dares love attempt, therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me, and my life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
Thou know'st the mask of night is on my face, ere would a maiden's blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know that will say I, and I will take thy word. Yet, if thou swearest, thou may provest false. At lovers' perjuries they say Jove laughs. Oh, Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully.
Lady, by yonder moon, swear I.
Swear by the moon, the inconstant moon who monthly changes in her circled orb, lest thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Well, do not swear. Or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, and I will believe thee.
If my heart's dear
Well, do
love...
not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too sudden, too unadvised, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night. With summer's ripening breath, this bud of love may prove a beauteous flower the next we meet. Good night. Good night. As sweet repose and rest be to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I did give thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I wouldn't work to give again.
What wouldst thou take it back for what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again, and yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. Sweet love, adieu. Bye bye. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, and I will come again.
Oh, blessed night! I am afeard being a knight. All this is but a dream too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. That if thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee when and where thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam!
By and by I come, but if thou meanst not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
I come anon, but so leave me to my grief and cease thy suit. Tomorrow will I send.
So pride my soul.
1,000 times good night.
No. 1,000 times the worst to want thy life. Love goes towards love like schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Hist. Romeo, hist.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo!
My dear,
What o'clock tomorrow should I send to thee?
at the hour of 9?
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgotten why I did call thee back.
Then let me stand here till thou remember it.
Well, I still shall forget, having thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay to have thee still forget. Forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone, and yet no further than a wanton's bird who lets it hop a little from his hand like a poor prisoner in his twisted guise, and with a silver thread plucks him back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. And yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, and I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep be in thy eyes, peace in thy breast. Oh, would that I were peace and sleep so sweet to rest. Hence will I to my ghostly friar sell his dear help to crave and my hap to tell.
Gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. Now, ere the sun advance his burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, the earth, that's nature's mother, is her tomb. What is her burying grave? That is her womb, and from her womb, children of diverse kind, we, sucking on her natural bosom, find. Many for many virtues excellent, none but for some, and yet all different. Oh, mickle is the powerful grace that lies in herbs, plants, stones, and their true qualities. For not so vile that on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give.
Good morrow, father.
What early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son, it argues a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Therefore, thy earliness doth me assure thou art uproused with some distemperature. Or, if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
The last is true. The sweet rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Was thou with Rosalind?
With Rosalind, friar, no. I have forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son, but where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee ere thou ask me again. I have been feasting with my enemy, where on a sudden one hath wounded me that's by me wounded. Both our remedy within thy help and holy physic lies. I bear no hatred, blessed man, for lo, my intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined say what thou must combine by holy matrimony. When and where and how we met, we wooed, we made exchange of vow. I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosalind, who thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Maria, what a deal of brine hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosalind? How much salt water thrown away in waste to season love that of it doth not taste? Thy sighs, not yet the sun from heaven clears, thy old groans ring yet in mine ancient ears. Lo, here upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If e'er thou wast thyself, and these woes thine, thou and these woes were all for Rosalind. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there is no strength in men.
Thou chidst me off for loving Rosalind.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
And badst me bury love.
Not in a grave to lay one in, another out to have.
The love that I have now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love did read by rote and could not spell. But come, young waverer. Come, go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow. They stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home last night?
Not to his father's, I spoke with the man.
That same pale-hearted wench that Rosalind torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, has sent a letter to his father's
A
house.
challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master, how he dares, being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead. Stabbed with a white wench's black eye, run through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with a blind bow boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter with Tybalt?
Why? What is Tybalt?
Oh, more than the Prince of Cats. He is the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prick song, keeps time, distance, and proportion. He rests his minimum rest, 1, 2, and the third in your bosom. The very butcher of a silk button. A duelist and a gentleman of the very first house of the first and second cause. Oh, the immortal passado, the punto reverso, the hey!
The what?
Pox of such an antic, lisping, affecting phantasms, these new tuners of accent. By Jesu, a very tall man, a very good blade, a very good whore. Is it not lamentable, grandsire, that we should be thus afflicted with these new fashion mongers, these strange flies that stand so much on the new form that they cannot at ease on the old bench? Oh, their bones, their bones.
Here comes Romeo. Here comes Romeo.
Without his roe like a dried herring. Oh, blush, how art thou fishified? Good Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation for your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
Oh, the slip, sir. Can you not conceive?
Good Mercutio, my business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
Come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faint.
Switch and spurs are all crime match.
Nay, if thy wits run the wild goose chase, I am done. For thou hast more of the wild goose in one of thy wits than I am sure I have in my whole 5. Was I with you there for the goose?
When wast thou with me for anything, when thou wast not there for the goose?
Bite thee by the ear for that jest.
Hey, good goose, bite not.
Stop there. Stop there.
Oh, a sail, here's a goodly gear.
God you good morrow, gentlemen.
God you good e'en, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good e'en?
Well, 'tis no less, for the body hand of the dial is now on the prick of noon.
God upon you!
A man are you?
One nurse that God hath made for himself to mar.
By my troth, it is well said. For himself to mar, quoth he.
Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
That can I, but he will be older when you found him than he was when you saw him. I am the youngest of that name, for want of a worse.
You say well. Yea, the well worst very wisely took it, Faith. Wisely.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will invite him to some supper. Abod, so ho.
What hast thou found?
No hair, sir, unless, sir, a hair and a letten pie, there's something stale in or ere it be spent. Romeo, will you to your father's? Will to dinner thither?
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady.
Pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman nurse who loves to hear himself speak and will say more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
And he say anything against me, I'll take him down. He were lustier than he is, and 20-some jacks. If I cannot, I'll find those that shall. Scurvy knave! I am none of his flirt gills. I am none of his skeins mates. And now, afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave! Pray, sir, a word. As I told you, my lady bade me inquire you out. What she bade me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell you, if you should lead her to a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say, for the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her truly, it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady, I do protest.
Good heart, and in faith I will tell her as much. Oh, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to shrift this afternoon, and there in Friar Lawrence's cell will she be shrived and married. Here's for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir, well, she will be there.
And stay, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within the hour my man will meet with thee.
Oh, God in heaven bless thee. Hark you, sir, is your man secret? Did you ne'er hear say two may keep counsel, putting one away?
I'll warrant my man's as true as steel.
Why, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Oh, Lord, when 'twas a little prattling thing. Oh, there is a nobleman in town, one Paris, who would fain lay knife aboard, but she, good soul, has as lief see a toad, a very toad, as see him. I anger her sometimes, and tell her that Paris is the properer man. Oh, but I warrant you, when I say so, she is as pale as any clout in the versal world.
Farewell. Commend me to thy mistress.
Aye, 1,000 times.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet with him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and oh God, he comes! Nurse, what news? I mean, nurse, why look'st thou sad? Thy news be sad, yet tell them merrily. Thy news be happy. Thou shapest the sweet music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am weary. Give me leave a while. Oh, fie.
Oh, my bones ache.
I would thou had my bones and I thy news.
Jessie, what haste! Can you not stay a while? Can you not see I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? Nurse, is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, and I'll state the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you know not how to choose a man. Romeo, no, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, yet his leg and excels all men's. But for a hand and a foot and a body, though they be not to be talked on, yet they are past compare. He's not the flower of courtesy, no. But I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb.
But all this I did know before. Sweet, sweet nurse, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I warrant a virtuous. Where's your mother?
Where's my mother? She's within. Where would she be? Oh, how oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like a true and honest gentleman, where is your mother?
God's lady, dear, are you so hot? Henceforward do your messages yourself.
Here's such a coil.
Have you got leave to go to Shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you alive! Oh, hie you to church, go out to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
Hie to high fortune. Farewell, honest nurse.
Smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen. Amen, but come what sorrows can, they cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight. Do thou but close our hands with holy words, and love-devouring death do what he dare. It is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore, love moderately. Long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Yes, the lady. Come with me, and we will make short work for it. By your leaves, you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate two in one.
For now, these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows who, when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps his sword upon the table and says, "God send me no need of thee," and by the operation of the second cup, draws upon the drawer, when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Oh, come, thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy. As soon moved to be moody, as soon moody to be moved.
And what two?
And there would be one soon, for one should kill the other. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for having one hair more or one hair less on his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts for no other reason than thou hast hazel eyes. What eye but such an eye could spy out a quarrel? And yet thou wilt tutor me for quarreling.
And I were so apt to quarrel as thou art. Any man should buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
Is the fee simple, oh simple?
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me closely, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good e'en. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us? We'll couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me the occasion.
Could you not find some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortst with Romeo.
Zounds! Consort! And thou seekst to make minstrels of us. If thou seekst to make minstrels of us, look to hear nothing but discord. Look! Here's my fiddlestick. Here shall make you dance. Zounds! Consort!
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some private place and reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze upon us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
Well, I'll be hanged, sir, if he wear your livery. Marry, go before him in the field, he'll be your follower. Thy worship in that sense may call him man.
Romeo, the hate I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the love I bear thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell, I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this does not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise till thou shalt know the reason of my love. Therefore, dear Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as my own, be satisfied.
Oh, come, dishonorable, vile submission! Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Oh, good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives, which you shall use me hereafter. Dry beat the rest of the 8. Well, come, pluck your sword out of his pitcher by the ears. Make haste, lest mine be about your ears ere it be out.
I am for you!
Come, sir, you're passado.
Draw, Benvolio, beat down their weapons! Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage! Tybalt! Mercutio! The prince expressly hath forbid bandying in Verona streets! Hold, Tybalt! Good Mercutio! No!
Tybalt, away!
I am hurt. Plague on both your houses. I have spent. What? Is he gone and hath nothing?
What art thou hurt?
A scratch. Mary, 'tis enough. Go, villain, fetch a surgeon.
Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
Mary. No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow. You will find me a grave man. I am peppered, I warrant, for this world. Plague on both your houses. Zounds! A dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat, to scratch a man to death, a rogue, a braggart, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague On both your houses! They have made worms meat of me. I have it soundly to your houses.
This gentleman, the prince's near ally and my very friend, hath got his mortal hurt in my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt slander, Tybalt, that hath an hour been my kinsman. Oh, Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate. And in thy valor, softened tempered steel. Romeo, brave Mercutio is dead. His gallant spirit hath aspired the clouds which too untimely here doth scorn the earth. This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive, in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Await heaven, respective lenity, and let fire, eye, fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take that villain back again that late thou gavest me. Mercutio's soul hangs but a little above our heads, staying for thy company, and either thou or I or both must go with him. Thou, wretched boy, that didst consort him, here shalt with him hence. This shall determine that.
Romeo, away! Be gone! The citizens are up, and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed. The prince will doom thee death if thou art taken hence. Be gone! Away!
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Why dost thou stay?
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
Oh, noble prince, I can discover all. The unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man, slain by young Romeo. Who slew thy kinsman? Brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, oh cousin, oh my brother's child, a prince, a cousin, husband, oh the blood is spilled, and my dear kinsman. Prince, as thou art true, for blood of ours shed blood of Montague.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay Romeo that urged with all your high displeasure. All this uttered with a gentle breath could not take truce with the unruly spleen of Tybalt, deaf to peace, but that he twists with piercing steel at brave Mercutio's breast, turns deadly point to point, and with a martial scorn with one hand beats cold death aside, and with the other sends it back to Tybalt, whose dexterity retorts it. Romeo, he cries aloud, hold, friends, friends, part, and swifter than his tongue, his agile arms beat down the fatal points, and twixt them brushes, underneath whose arm
envious thrust from Tybalt hits the life of stout Mercutio. And then Tybalt fled. But by and by came back to Romeo, who hath but newly entertained revenge, and to it they go like lightning, where, ere I could draw to part them, was stout Tybalt slain. Then, as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This be the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. His affection makes him false, he speaks not true. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife, and all those 20 could but kill one life. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio, who now the price of his dear blood doth owe.
Not Romeo, prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately do we exile him hence. I have an interest in your hate's proceedings, for your rude brawls my blood doth lie a-bleeding. But I'll amerce you with so strong a fine that you shall all repent the loss of mine. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses. Therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he's found, that hour is his last. Bear hence this body and attend our will. Mercy, but murder's pardoning those that kill.
Night that runaway's eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to these arms, untalked of and unseen. Lovers can see to do their amorous rites by their own beauties, or, if love be blind, it best agrees with night. Come, civil night, thy sober-suited matron all in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match, played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Hood the unmanned blood fading in my cheeks, till strange love grown bold thinks true love acted simple modesty. Come, gentle night, come, loving black-browed night, and give me my Romeo. When he shall die, take him and cut him into little stars. He shall make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will fall in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. I've bought the mansion of a love, but have not possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. Oh, so tedious is this night as is the night before a festival to an impatient child who hath new robes and cannot wear them. Hi, nurse, what news? I mean, nurse, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Where, Dick? He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. We are undone, lady. We are undone. He's gone. He's killed. He's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can. So heaven cannot. Romeo. Romeo!
What devil art thou that thus torment me thus? This torture should be roared in dismal hell. Hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou but I, and that mere vow I shall poison more than the death-darting eye of cockatrice. If he be slain, say I. Or if not, no, mere sounds determine my weal or woe.
I saw the wounds! I saw it with mine own eyes. The gods of the earth. Here, on his manly breast, a piteous corse, bloody, piteous corse, all pale, pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood, all in gore, blood. I swooned at the sight. I'll break. My heart poor bankrupt break at once. To prison eyes ne'er look on liberty, vile earth to earth reside, and motion here. And thou and Romeo press one heavy bier. Tybalt, Tybalt, the best friend I had. Courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that I should ever live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slain, and is Tybalt dead? My dearest cousin, and my dearer lord, when dreadful trumpets sound the general doom for who is living if these two are gone.
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo is banished. Romeo that killed him is banished.
Oh God. Have Romeo shed Tybalt's blood?
Yeah. Yeah. Alas, the day, yeah.
Oh, serpent heart! Hid with a flowering face. Did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful tyrant! Fiend angelical! Dove-feathered raven, wolvish ravening lamb, despised substance of divinest show, just opposite to what thou justly seemst, a damned saint and honorable villain. Oh, nature, what hast thou to do in hell that thou didst bower the spirit of a fiend in moral paradise of such sweet flesh? Was ever a book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? That deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men. All perjured, all forsworn, all for naught, all dissembled. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish.
And you speak well of him that killed your cousin.
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Oh, poor my lord. What tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours' wife, hath mangled it? Oh, but wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. My husband lives that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt is dead that would have slain my husband. Oh, this is comfort, wherefore weep I then. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. Not banished, that one word banished has slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there, but with a rearward following Tybalt's death, Romeo is banished. To speak that word is mother, father, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo banished. There is no end, no
and wailing, or Tybalt's course will you go to them? I will bring you thither.
Wash they his wounds with tears. Mine shall be spent when theirs are dry on Romeo's banishment. He made you a highway to my bed. But I, a maid, die made but away. Come nurse all to my bed, and death not Romeo take my maiden head.
I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark you, your Romeo will be here tonight. Call to him, he is hid at Lord's cell.
I'll find him. Did this ring to my true knight? Bid him come take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamored of thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
How now, father? What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Banishment, be merciful, say death! Exile hath more terror in his look much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Hence from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence, banished is banished from the world, and world's exile is death. Therefore, banishment is death mistermed. Calling death banishment, thou cutt'st my head off with a golden axe and smilest upon the stroke that murders me.
O deadly sin! O rude unthankfulness! Thy fault our law calls death, but the kind prince, taking thy part, hath rushed aside the law and turned that black word death to banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here, where Juliet lives, and every dog and cat and little mouse and every unworthy thing live here in heaven with her and may look on her. But Romeo may not. More validity, more honorable state, more courtship lies in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand and steal immortal blessing from her lips, who even in pure and vestal modesty still blush as thinking their own kisses sin, but Romeo may not. Flies may do this, but from this I must fly. They are free men, but I am banished. And say'st thou yet that exile is not death? Hast thou no poison mixed? No sharp ground knife, no sudden means of death, but ne'er so mean as banish it to kill me. Banished. For I, the damned, use that word in hell. Howling attends it. How canst thou, being a divine, ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend professed mangle me with that word banishment.
Thou fond madman, hear me a little speak.
Oh, thou wilt speak again of banishment.
I'll give thee armor to keep off that word, adversity sweet milk, philosophy to comfort thee though thou art banished.
Oh, yet banished! Hang up philosophy, unless philosophy can make a Juliet display to town, reverse a prince's doom, it helps not, it prevails not, talk no more!
Oh, then I see that madmen have no ears.
How can they when that wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as me, Juliet, thy love and hour but married Tybalt murdered, doting like me, and like me, banished. Then mightst thou speak. Then mightst thou tear thy hair and throw thyself upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
One knocks. Romeo, arise.
Not I, believe me, unless the groan of heart-sick sighs mislike enfold me from the search of eyes.
Hark how they knock. Who's there? Romeo, arise, thou wilt be taken. Stay a while. Stand up. Run to my study. By and by. God's will, what simpleness is this? I come. Not so loud. Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me in and you shall know my errand. I come from the Lady Juliet.
Welcome, then.
Holy Friar, tell me, Holy Friar, where is my lady's lord? Where is Romeo?
There on the ground, his own tears made drunk.
Oh, woeful symptom, piteous predicament. Even so lies she, blubbering, weeping, and weeping, and blubbering. Stand up. Stand up. Stand! And you be a man. For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise and stand!
Nurse?
Sir, death's the end of all.
Spakest thou with Juliet? How is it with her? Does she not think me an old murderer now that I have stained the childhood of our joy with blood but little removed from her own? Where is she? And how doth she act? What says my lady?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps, and now falls on her bed, and starts up again, and on Romeo cries, and down falls again.
As if that name, shot from the deadly level of a gun, murdered her as that name's hand murdered her kinsman. Oh, friar, tell me in what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lie? Tell me that I may sack the hateful mansion!
Hold thy desperate hand. Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art, thy wild acts denote the unreasonable fury of a beast. Thou hast amazed me. By my holy order I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself, and slay thy lady too that lives in thee by doing damned hate upon thyself? What? Rouse thee, man. Thy Juliet is alive, for whose sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy too. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend, and turns it to exile, there art thou happy. A pack of blessings lights up upon thy back. Happiness courts thee in her best array, and yet, like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thou pout'st upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go. Get thee to thy love, as was decreed. Ascend her chamber hence, and comfort her. But look thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live till we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back. 20,000,000 times more joy than thou wouldst forth in lamentation. Go before, nurse. Commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt unto. Romeo is coming.
Here, sir, a ring she bade me give you, sir. Hark you, make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence. Good night, and here stands all your state. Either be gone by the time the watch be set, or else by break of day disguised from hence. Sojourn in Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap that chances to you here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
But that a joy past joy calls out to me, it were a grief so brief to part with thee. Farewell.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we've had no time to move our daughter. Look, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and well, so did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late. She'll not come down tonight, I promise you, but for your company I would have been to bed an hour ago.
These times of woe afford no time to woo. Madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she's mute up to her heaviness.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she'll be ruled in all respects by me. Nay more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed, and acquaint her here of my son Paris's love, and bid her, mark you me, on Wednesday next. But stop, what day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Monday. Well, Wednesday is too soon. On Thursday next, tell her she shall be married to this noble earl. But what say you to this? Do you like this haste? Will you be ready? We'll keep no great ado, a friend or two, for hark you, Tybalt being slain so late. It may be thought we held him carelessly, being our kinsman, if we revel much. We'll have half a dozen friends, and there's an end. But what say you to Thursday?
My lord, I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Well, get you gone. A Thursday be it then. Wife, go you to Juliet ere you go to bed, and prepare her against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. Light to my chamber, ho. For me. It is so very, very late that we may call it early, by and by. Good night.
day. It was the nightingale, not the lark, that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ears. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn-known nightingale. Look how envious streaks do lace the clouds in yonder east. Night's candle is burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoe o'er the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight. I know it. It was a meteor, but the sun exhaled to be to thee this night a torchbearer and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet. Thou needst not be gone.
Let me be tamed. Let me be put to death. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so.
It is day. It was the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes sweet division. This doth not so, for she divideth us. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light the day, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam,
Nurse?
your lady mother is coming to herself. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
Then window. Let day in and let life out.
Farewell. Farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so? Love, lord, husband, friend? Thinkst thou we shall ever meet again?
Doubt it not. And all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come.
O God, I have an ill-divining soul. Methinks I see thee now, thou art below, as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Even my eyesight fails and thou lookst pale.
And trust me, love, in my eyes, so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu. Adieu.
O Fortune, all men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, what hast thou to do with Romeo that is renowned for faith? Be fickle, Fortune, for then I hope thou wilt not keep him long, but bring him back.
Oh, daughter, are you up?
Who is it that calls? My lady mother. What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What? Wilt thou wash him from his grave with your tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. Some of grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
So shall you feel the loss, but not the friend which you weep for?
Feeling so the loss, I cannot help but ever weep the friend.
Oh, girl, thou weeps not so much for his death, as at the villain that lives which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain, Romeo.
he be many miles asunder. God pardon him. I do, with all my heart. And yet no man like he doth grieve my heart.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
Aye, madam. For the reach of these my hands would none but I avenge my cousin's death.
We will seek vengeance for it, fear thou not, and then weep no more. I'll send to one in Mantua, where that same banished runagate doth live, shall give him such an unaccustomed dram that shall soon keep Sybil's company. And then I hope thou wilt be satisfied. But now I bring thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, I beseech your ladyship?
Well, thou hast a careful father-child, one who to put thee from thy heaviness hath sorted out a sudden day of joy. One thou expects not, nor I look not for.
Happy time, what day is that?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morning, the noble and gallant gentleman, County Paris at St. Peter's Church shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
You shall not make me there a joyful bride by St. Peter's Church and Peter too. I wonder it is haste that I should wed ere he that should be husband comes to woo. I pray you, madam, tell my lord and father I will not marry yet.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself and see how he takes it at your hands.
How now? A conduit girl? What? Still in tears, evermore showering? In one little body thou counterfeit'st a bark, a sea, a wind, for still thy eyes, which I may call the sea, do ebb and flow with tears. The bark thy body is, sailing in this salt flood, the winds thy sighs, who raging with thy tears, and they with them will overset thy tempest-tossed body without a sudden calm. How now, wife, have you delivered her our decree?
Aye, sir. She gives you thanks, but she will none. I would the fool were she married to her grave.
So, take me with you, wife. Take me with you. How? Will she none? Doth she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Does she not count her blessed, unworthy as she is, that we have brought so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for that hate which is meant love.
How now? How now? Chopped logic. Proud, and I thank you not, yet not proud. Mistress Minion, you thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds, but fiddle your fine joint skins Thursday next to go Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you green Cygnus carrion, you baggage, you tallow face!
Why, what, are you mad?
But father, I do beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage! Disobedient wretch! I'll tell thee what. Get thee to church a Thursday, or never look after me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me! My fingers itch. Wife, we scarce thought us blessed that God hath lent us but this only child, but I see now that this one is one too much, and we have a curse in having her.
Now God in heaven bless her. You are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
And why, my lady wisdom? Good prudence, hold your tongue, go smatter with your gossips, go.
I speak no treasons.
God.
I may one not speak.
Peace, you mumbling fool! Go utter your gravity or gossip's bowl, for here we need it not.
You are too hot.
God's bread, it makes me mad. Day, night, hour, time, work, play, alone in company, still my care hath been to have her matched. And now, having provided a gentleman of noble parentage, of fair domain, nobly trade stuffed, as they say, with honorable parts, to have a wretched puling fool, a whining mammet to answer, I'll not wed, I cannot love, I am too young, I pray you pardon me. But as you shall not wed, I shall pardon you. Praise where you will, you shall never house with me. Look to it. Think on it. I do not use to jest. Thursday is near. Lay hand on heart, advise, and you be mine. I'll give you to my friend. And you be not. Hang. beg, starve, die in the streets, for by my soul I shall ne'er acknowledge thee, nor what is mine shall ever do thee any good. Trust to it, but think you, I'll not be forsworn.
Is there no pity? Singing in the clouds that sees to the bottom of my grief. Our sweet mother cast me not away, delay this marriage for a month, a week. Or if thou wilt not, make my wedding bed that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me, for I'll speak not a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh God! Oh nurse, how shall this be prevented? Comfort me, counsel me. Heaven should practice stratagems on so soft a subject as myself. What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy? Some comfort, nurse.
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing. That he dares ne'er come back to challenge you, or if he does, it needs must be by stealth. Then, since the case stands as it now doth, I think it best you married with the county. He's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a dishclout to him, an eagle. Madam had not so green, so quick, so fair an eye as Paris hath. Beshrew my very heart, I think you happy in this second match, for it excels your first. Or if it did not, your first is dead, or 'twere as good as he were, as you living here and no use of him.
Speakst thou from the heart?
Aye, and from my soul too, or else beshrew them both.
Amen.
What?
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Tell my mother I have gone in, having displeased my father, to Friar Lawrence' cell to make confession and be absolved.
Marry, I will. This is wisely done.
You ancient damnation, almost wicked fiend! Is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or dispraise my Lord with that same tongue which thou hast praised him above compare so many thousand times? Go, counselor! Henceforth, thou and my bosom shall be twain! I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.
Time is very short.
Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
Say you do not know the lady's mind? Uneven is the course, I like it not.
Moderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I a little talked of love, for Venus smiles not in a house of tears. Now, sir, her father accounts it dangerous that she doth give her sorrow so much sway, and is in his wisdom hastes our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears, which, too much minded by herself alone, may be put from her by society. Now, do you know the reason of this haste?
I would I knew not why it should be slow. But look, sir, here comes the lady towards myself.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
That must be love on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession to this father.
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Do not deny to him that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love him.
So will you, I am sure, that you love me.
If I do so, it will be of more price being spoke behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul, thy face is much of use with tears.
Tears have small victory by that, for it was bad enough before their spite.
Thou wrongest it more than tears with that report.
That is not a slander, sir, which is truth. For what I spake it to my face.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
That may be, sir, for it is not mine own. Art thou at leisure now, holy friar, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My pleasure serves me, pensive daughter, now. My lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God shield I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early will I rouse you. Till then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
Oh, shut the door. And when thou hast done so, come weep with me, past hope, past help, past cure.
Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this county.
Oh, tell me not, friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou canst give me no help, then do but call my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently. Me not so long to speak, I long to die, if what thou speak not of remedy.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate an execution as that is desperate which we would prevent. If, rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then is it likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame, that copes with death himself to escape from it? If thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris up the battlements of yonder tower, or walk in thievish ways, or bid me lurk where serpents are, or chain me with roaring bears, or bid me go to a new-made grave and hide me with a dead man in his shroud, and I'll do it, without fear or doubt. Let an unstained wife to my dear love.
Hold, then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone in thy chamber. Let not thy nurse lie with thee. Being then in bed, take thou this vial, and this distilled liquor drink thou off. And presently, through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, and in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake, as from a pleasant sleep. Now, in the morning when the bridegroom comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou, dead. And as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes uncovered on the bier, thou wilt be borne to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. Meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that same night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua. And this shall free thee from this present shame. If no inconstant toy nor womanish fear abate thy valor in the acting it.
Oh, give me, tell me not of fear.
Hold then. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. Send a friar with speed to Mantua with letters to thy lord.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, Father.
shall be much unfurnished for this time. Hath my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence? He may chance to do some good on her. A peevish, self-willed harlotry this is.
See where she comes from, shrift with merry look.
How now, my headstrong? Where have you been gadding?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behests, and am enjoined by Friar Lawrence to fall prostrate here and beg your pardon. Pardon, I do beseech you. Henceforth, I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county. Go tell him of this. I'll have this knotted up tomorrow morning.
I met with the county at Friar Lawrence's cell and gave him what becomed love I might, not stepping o'er the bounds of modesty.
Why, I'm glad on't. This is well. Stand up. This is as it should be. Oh, make haste. Go. Send for County Paris. Go tell him of this. Oh, this reverend holy friar, our whole city is much bound to him.
Nurse, wilt thou go with me to my closet and sort through such needful ornaments as thou see fit to furnish me tomorrow?
No, not till Thursday. There's time enough.
Go, nurse. Go with her. We'll to church tomorrow.
Nurse, I pray you, leave me alone tonight. I have need of many orisons to make the face of heaven smile upon my state, which, well thou knowest, is cross and full of sin.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. Oh. I have a faint, cold fear. Thrills through my veins. It practically freezes up the heat of life. I shall call her back to comfort me. Nurse! What should she do here? My dismal scene needs I must act alone. Come, Vile. What if it be poison? Which the friar hath subtly ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonored because he married me before to Romeo. I think it is. And yet methinks it should not, for he still hath been tried a holy man. What if it does not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No. 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 This shall prevent it. Lie thou there. What if when I am laid in the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo comes to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and there die, strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or if I live, is it not very like the conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place, is in a vault, an ancient receptacle, where for these many 100 years all the bones of my buried ancestors lie packed, where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth, lies festering in his shroud, where at some hours of the night they say spirits resort? Alack. Alack. Is it not like that I, so early waking, what with loathsome smells and shrieks like mandrakes being torn from the earth, that mortals hearing them run mad. Oh, if I wake, shall I not be distraught, environed by all these hideous fears, and madly play with the joints of my forefathers, and pluck the mangled tibble from his shroud, and in this rage, as with a great kinsman's bone, as with a club, dash out my desperate brains? Oh, look. Methinks I see my cousin's ghost. Seeking out Romeo, that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay! Tybalt, stay. Romeo, come. This I do drink to thee.
Come, stir, 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 the second cock hath crowed, the curfew bell hath rung. Nurse! Go waken Juliet, go and trim her up. I'll go chat with County Paris. Come, make haste, the bridegroom, he is come already.
Mistress, what mistress? What Juliet? Fast, I warrant her, she. Why, lady. Lamb? Fine. You slug a bed. Love, I say. Sweetheart. Madam? Why, bride. What, not a word? You take your penny worths now. Sleep for a week. For the next night I warrant the county hath made his rest, that you shall rest but little. God forgive me. Mary and amen. How fast is she asleep? I must needs wake you. Lady? 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 Alas! Help! Help! My lady's dead. Where did... Oh, that ever I was born. My lord! My lady! What noise is here? Oh, lamentable day! What is the matter? Look, oh, heavy day. Oh, me, my child. My only life. Revive, look up, or I'll die with thee. Help! Help! Go help!
For shame, bring Juliet forth, her lord, he is come already.
She's dead! She's dead! What? Say! She's dead. She's dead. She's dead.
Let me see her. Out!
Alas, she's cold. Her blood is settled, these joints are stiff, life, and these lips have long since parted. Death lies upon her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
time.
Death that hath ta'en her hence to make me wail, ties up my tongue, does not let me speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Oh, my son, the night before thy wedding day, death hath lain with thy wife. There she lies, flower as she was, deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law. Death is my only heir to my daughter. Death he hath wedded. When I die, I leave all to death. Life living, all is death's.
Have I thought long to see this morning's face? And doth it give me such a sight as this?
Person, that happy, wretched, hateful day, most miserable hour that ever died and saw, and lasting labor of his pilgrimage. But one poor and loving child, one thing to rejoice and take solace in, and cruel death have catched him from my sake.
Beguiled, divorced, wronged, spited, slain, most detestable death by thee beguiled, by cruel thee quite overthrown. No life, no love, not life, but love and death.
Despised, distressed, hated, martyred, killed. Uncomfortable time. Why camest thou now to murder our solemnity? Oh, child, my soul and not my child. Alack, my child is dead, and with her my joys are buried.
Peace, for shame. Confusion's cure lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all. All the better it is for the maid. Your part in her you could not keep from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life. The most you sought was her promotion, for 'twas your heaven she should be advanced, and weep you now, seeing that she is advanced above the clouds, as high as heaven itself. Oh, in this love, you love your child so ill that you run mad, seeing that she is well. Dry up your tears. Stick your rosemary on this fair course, and as the custom is, in all her best array, bear her to church. For though fond nature bids us and lament, yet nature's tears are reason's merriment.
All things we ordained festival, changed from their offices to black funeral. Our wedding instruments to solemn bells, our wedding feast to a solemn burial feast. Our bridal flowers to a buried corpse. And all things, change them to the contrary.
Sir, go you, and madam, go with him. And go, Sir Paris, everyone prepare to follow this fair course unto her grave. The heavens do lower upon you for some ill. Move them no more by crossing their high will.
trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's lord sits lightly in his throne, and all the while, an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamed my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think. And breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. How sweet is love itself possessed, when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. Who's from Verona? Oh no, Balthazar. Hast thou letters from the friar? How fares my lady? Is my father well? How fares my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you, sir. Oh, pardon me for bringing this ill news, for you did leave it for my office, sir.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars! Thou knowst my lodging, go and fetch me ink and paper and hire post horses. I'll be hence tonight.
I beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Thou art deceived. Go and do the thing I bid thee do. Hadst thou no letters from the friar?
No, my good lord.
I'll be with you straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for memes. Mischief thou art, swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts he dwells, which late I noted in tattered weeds and overwhelming brows. Sharp misery had worn him to the bone. And to myself I said, if any man did need a poison now to sail his present death in Mantua, here was a caitiff wretch would sell it him. This thought but did forerun my need. And the same needy man must sell it me. As I remember, this is the house. Being holiday, the beggar's shop is shut. What ho, apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. Here is 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison. Such a soon speeding here as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead, and that the trunk be discharged of breath as violently as hasty powder fire doth hurry from the fatal cannon's womb.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness and fierce to die? Famine is in thy cheek, need and oppression starveth in thine eyes. Contempt and beggary hang upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich, therefore be not poor, but break it and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off. And if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
Here's thy gold. We're poison to men's souls and doing more murders in this world than these poor compounds that thou mayest not sell. I sell thee poison, thou hast sold me none. Farewell. buy food, and get myself in play. Come. Cordial and not poison, go with me to Juliet's grave, for there I will use thee.
Holy Franciscan Friar, Brother How?
This same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if his mind be writ, give me his letter.
Going to find a barefoot brother, out one of our order to associate me here in this city. Whilst visiting the sick, finding him, the searchers of the town, suspecting us both were within a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth. So, fearful with they of infection.
Who bear my letter then to Romeo?
No one. Here it is again. Nor can I find anyone to send it, so fearful were they of infection.
Unhappy fortune. By my brotherhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge of dear import, and neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, go hence. Get me an iron crow and bring it straight unto my cell.
Brother, I'll bring it thee.
Now must I to the monument alone. Within 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. She will beshrew me much that Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents, but I will write again to Mantua and keep her at my cell till Romeo come. Or living corpse closed in a dead man's tomb.
Give me thy torch, boy. Henson. Stand aloof. Yet put it out, for I would not be seen. Under yon yew trees lay thee all along, holding thine ear close to the hollow ground. So shall no foot upon the churchyard tread, being loose, unfirm, with digging up of graves. But thou shalt hear it whistle then to me. I signal that thou hearest something approach. Give me those flowers. Do as I bid thee. Go. Sweet flower. With flowers thy bridal bed I strew. Oh, woe! Thy canopy is dust and stones, which, with sweet water nightly, I will do, or wanting that, with tears distilled by moans. The obsequies that I for thee will keep shall be nightly to strew thy grave and weep. The boy gives warning. Something doth approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight to cross my obsequies and true love's right? What, with a torch muffle me night a while?
Hold. Take thou this letter. Early in the morning, see thou deliver it to my lord and father. Charge thee on thy life. Whate'er thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof and do not interrupt me in my course.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So shalt thou show me friendship.
Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed.
therefore came I hither, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence, leave me, think on those gone, let them affright thee. I beseech thee, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. Oh, be gone! By heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Be gone, live, and hereafter say a madman's mercy bade thee run away.
I do defy thy conjurations and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee.
Oh, Lord, they fight. I will come to watch.
I am slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb. Slay me with Juliet.
Tomb. Oh, a lantern. Slaughtered youth, for here lies Juliet. Her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Death lie thou there by a dead man interred. Oh, my love, my wife, death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet over thy beauty. Thou art not conquered, and beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks. Death's pale flag is not advanced there. Oh, Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorrent monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? For fear of that, I still will stay with thee. Here will I remain with worms that are thy chambermaids. Here will I set up my everlasting rest and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, you doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, my drugs are quick. Thus with a kiss I die.
What's here? A cup? Closed in my dear love's hand. Poison I see has been his timeless end. Oh, churl! Drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after? I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison does hang on them that make die with the restorative. happy dagger. This is thy sheath.
This is the place. There, where the torch doth burn.
Ground is bloody. Search by the churchyard. Pitiful sight! Juliet! Bleeding, warm, and newly dead. Who here has slain these 2 days period? Go tell the prince! Only the Capulets raise up the Montagues! We see the ground where all these woes do lie. But the true ground of all these piteous woes we cannot without circumstance descry.
Here's Romeo's man. We found him in the churchyard.
Hold him in safety till the prince come hither.
And here's a friar that trembles, sighs, and weeps. We found a spade and mattock with him by the churchyard side.
Right suspicion. Stay the friar too.
What misadventure is so early up that wakes our person from our morning's rest?
What should it be that they so shrieked abroad?
The people in the street cried Romeo and some Juliet, and all run with open outcry to our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and newly killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Here's a friar, and slaughtered Romeo's man, with instruments upon them fit to open these dead men's tombs.
Oh, heavens. Oh, wife, look at how our daughter bleeds. For this dagger hath stayed for... Lo, he is empty on the back of the house of Montague, and it is besheathed in my daughter's bosom.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir more early down.
Oh, thou untaught what
Paris and this to press before a father to thy grave.
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear up these ambiguities and know their spring, their head, and their true descent. And then I will be general of your woes, and lead you even to death. Meantime, forbear, and let mischance be a slave to patience. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I am greatest able to do least, yet most suspected as the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder. Therefore, here I stand, both to impeach and purge myself condemned and myself excused.
Then say at once what thou dost know in this.
I will be brief. Romeo was husband to that Juliet, and she that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose death banished the bridegroom from the city, for whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined. You would have married her perforce to County Paris, then come she to me, bid me devise some means to rid her from this second marriage, else in my cell there would she kill herself. And gave I her a sleeping potion, for it wrought on her the form of death. Meantime I writ to Romeo that he should come to take her from her borrowed grave, but he who bore my letter, Friar John, was stayed by accident. Yesternight returned my letter back. Then, all alone at the prefixed hour of her waking, came I to take her, to keep her closely at my cell till I could write again to Romeo. But when I came, here untimely lay Romeo, dead. She wakes, and she too, desperate, did violence on herself. All this I know.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's man? What can he say in this?
I master news of Juliet's death. And in post he came from Mantua to this same place, to this same monument. This letter he early bid me give his father, and threatened me with death, going in the vault if I departed not and left him there.
Give me the letter. I will look upon it. This letter does make good the friar's words. The courses of their love, the tidings of her death. And here he writes that he did buy a potion of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die, and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate! That heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
Oh, Brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold, that while Verona by that name is known, there no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich by Romeo's, by his lady's life. Poor sacrifices of our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings.
The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things.
Some shall be pardoned, and some punished.
For never was a story of more woe
Than this of Juliet and her Romeo.